Hey friends, we're continuing our theme of talking about some of the aging and fashion and dressing issues, makeup, all those good things. And today we're going to talk about dressing your age doesn't have to mean dressing unstylishly. Now, I'm sure we've all had an impression of a fuddy-duddy grandma look, and you see it in movies once in a while. And every time I see that, I cringe and hope that I'm not portraying that in my life. I don't need to be a fashion plate, but I definitely don't want to just assume the rituals of dressing like an old lady. So, gray hair or not, let's talk about how we can kind of maintain some of our style as we age, as our appearance changes, as our body changes. What adaptations do we have to make, and what ways can we still maintain a nice stylish look? I think you and I live in an age where there's so much available to us. We most definitely can do this. So be encouraged, Grandma and Grandpa. We can still look great when we go out. So first of all, I think we need to think about what has changed as we mature. You know, things like hair color changes. For me, that changed the color palette of clothing that I needed to choose. I had auburn red hair as a younger woman, and that color palette looks not so great with my silver hair now. So as I've decided to let my hair gray naturally, I've had to change my clothing, and some of my favorite colors from the past just really don't cut it anymore with my combination of silver and skin tone. You may have encountered some of that yourself. Body style, unfortunately for me that's changed too, and until I take the bull by the horns and change that, I need to adapt my clothing a little bit. And most grandmas and grandpas fight a little bit the battle of the bulge, so maybe you're doing that same change too. And then health. Health and injuries can actually end up playing into how we dress. I had a shoulder injury a few years ago, and it definitely has affected certain types of clothing that I have a hard time either getting on or getting off based on the fact that my shoulder is definitely more painful than it used to be. And then comfort. Oh my goodness. Shoes are the big one for me in this area, and you've probably found too that the investment in shoes, or the willingness to invest in shoes, becomes very different as we get older. We want our feet not to hurt. We need to be stable when we walk. You know, I used to trip around in high heel shoes all the time, the skinny, spiky ones, and totally be okay with that. And now I'm just not comfortable doing that. And so I've adjusted some of my clothing or shoe choices there too. So consider all those things as you consider how to maintain the type of style that you want to maintain as an older person. We actually have a blog post that has a lot of links to some of the things that I've found that I really like, and it's a range of things from shoes to makeup or skincare items that I particularly like and have linked to for you. So if you're watching this video, go check out our blogs, and you'll find a blog post in there talking about this topic and with some good information. Now, shoes, as far as style, I think even though we tend to move more toward flatter shoes as we get older, there are some companies now putting out some great flats that still have a lot of style but are secure and stable to walk in. Some of my favorite companies are Born. I love some of their summer sandals. Very stable, very comfortable, and so can still maintain a good look with them, even dressy. You don't have to look like you're wearing old grandma shoes. Jambu is another company that I've found that I love their shoes. They're a little more of an athletic look in many cases. I've found their Jambu and one of their brand names, Jabu, extremely comfortable if you're going through airports. These are some of the best airport shoes I have ever encountered. I can wear them all day, walking around, pulling my luggage around, and be comfortable. I don't end up coming out of the airport in a day of travel with sore feet. Another company, Cherix, I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's Charix, and their shoes, they're fairly expensive. I ordered a pair to test them and really like them. They go on very tight, but they're leather, and so as the day and as your foot warms them, they just fit like a glove, and they have an incredibly stable base on them. I ordered them because I'm going to be doing some traveling this summer that might have me on cobblestone or rocky walkways where I know I need a stable base under my foot, just to not have pain as I walk across those uneven areas. And I'm hoping that's what they'll work well for. So explore a little bit. Yes, footwear that is supportive and comfortable gets a little more on the pricey end, but once you find something that you like, stick with it. Order different colors, and it's worth having the comfort to put that little extra investment into those shoes. And there are lots of brands. I've just mentioned a few that I've found that I like, but I know there are many others out there. And the walking store is another place where you can find a variety of brands of great comfortable shoes that still have some style. Clothing, I think one of the most important things as we age is that we really try to stay age appropriate. We don't want to be the grandma in hot pants or mini skirts. We just don't look right in those things anymore. And even if we've maintained a slim figure, it just, something's wrong about a woman in her 70s or 80s running around trying to look like a teenager. And I hope I haven't offended you, but I think most of us probably feel that way. Look good for your age. Embrace and enhance what you have and what you are currently. I love seeing the trend of women letting their hair go gray. I've seen some amazingly beautiful older women with their gray hair, and I think that's a credit to them as an individual, as having the courage to just be who they are. And so as we choose our clothing, do the same thing. Pick the styles that look great on an older lady. If you don't like your arms, most of us, older ladies, that's one of our prime complaints is our batwing arms, then wear sleeves, but find nice clothing that looks good. If you're totally comfortable with your arms being out, or if you're one of those fortunate women who have slim arms even into your elder years, by all means wear the sleeveless tops, but find what's appropriate for your age and your look, and then wear it well. One of the things that many ladies start doing is covering certain areas that don't age well. I know the décolletage area, your chest, because that area gets exposed to sun so much, that's probably one of the highest areas of skin damage that men and women have. And so that area becomes, in some cases, more sensitive to sun, and it gets more important that we cover it and protect it as we age. And then, of course, it gets wrinklier first because it's had sun damage. So, just choose clothing that you feel your best in. Adjust pant and skirt lengths to what looks good on you and what you feel comfortable in, what you feel really complements who you are as an older woman or an older man. I found some great articles on Stitch Fix, and this is another thing I'm going to suggest if you can afford it, is maybe try some of the subscription boxes with clothing. I've done that in the last couple of years, and it's been an interesting experience. Sometimes I get stuff I don't like and I don't think is great for me at my age, but other times I get things that I wouldn't have tried normally. in my own, shopping in a store, I wouldn't have picked that thing off of a rack. And yet when I put it on, I'm like, wow, I like that. It kind of has broken me out of my comfort zone a little bit and helped me to try some things. But on stitchfix.com, you'll find some articles for what women should wear in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. And they had some great suggestions in there that really go well along with what I'm saying as far as, consider your age, consider what would look good, find what's age appropriate for you and your body type, and then look your best. So that's something else you might explore. It does cost money, but it's something you can try and send back if you don't like it and they don't charge you for it. So it's worth doing. Just don't let yourself get caught into the trap of forgetting to send those things back that you don't like and being charged for them, and then they're taking up room in your closet. So Grandma, we're going to wrap up today. I hope that you are finding your style as a grandma, that you are comfortable with yourself as you age, and do everything you can to just embrace this time of life. We have a lot of great things going for us right now. We have grandkids that we love. We have opportunities to spend time with them. And usually we've adjusted in our heads a little bit. The message we're giving ourselves is more positive than when we were younger. And so enjoy this time of life. Be grand, my friend.